Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Bible Time. In this video, I'll explain the historical context of Joseph. There were many foreigners in the land of Egypt during this period, and they were called Hekahatsu, which means foreigner rulers. These foreigners were from the land of Canaan and Syria. They lived in the northern side of Egypt before the coming of the Israelites. Joseph was sold by his brothers to the Ishmaelites and went down to Egypt. So when the Midianite merchants came by, Joseph was sold and he was taken down to Egypt. Potiphera bought Joseph and he prospered in the house of his Egyptian master. The 14th dynasty consisted of 76 kings of Zois who reigned for 184 years, according to Africanus. Egyptologists often identify the rulers of the 14th dynasty as descendants of Canaanites or Semitic. Egyptologist King Ryle points out that the Turin canon mentions only 56 kings. This dynasty was located in the delta of Egypt. The precise boundaries of the 14th dynasty are unknown due to the widespread short-age monuments left behind by this dynasty. It is known that the Hyksos worshipped the Canaanite storm god Baal-Zephon, who was associated with the Egyptian god Set. The early time of the Hyksos period established the capital of Paris as the commercial capital of the Delta. Trade with Canaan is said to have been intensive, especially with many imports of Canaanite products, and may have reflected the Canaanite origins of the dynasty. This is a hieroglyph of Canaanites entering Egypt during the 3rd dynasty. There was a huge community in Egypt of Canaanites, and they built the 14th dynasty. Now Pharaoh said to everybody in the court, "Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God? You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will be greater than you." We should see that this is a very weird event. How a foreigner and slave is promoted to such a high level, being the second after the Pharaoh. This must have happened during the 4th dynasty. Then Pharaoh took his signet ring from his finger and put it on Joseph's finger. He dressed him in his robe of fine linen and put a gold chain around his neck, and a dynasty of Canaanite origins. He had him ride in a chariot and his second in command, and people shouted before him, "Bow down," a break in Hebrew. Thus he put him in charge of the whole land of Egypt. A break is made up by 2 words, ab and rek. Father of the king, according to Untitled Genesis, or according to the Targum Jonathan, king's father, great wisdom, few in years. This is Joseph, who was father of in wisdom and tender rag in years. This is derived from the word berech, according to another interpretation, means knee. That is, they order the crowd to bow the knee to him. We can see that these titles are in Egyptian. Those words have Canaanite roots, and it means that Pharaoh, that dynasty, was an Egyptian. Pharaoh gave Joseph the name Safnab-Paneah. According to Rashi, it means explainer of hidden things. According to Flavio Josephus, the revealer of secrets. This title has Canaanite roots, and many people have tried to explain the meaning of this title, Safnab-Paneah, according to the Egyptian language. But Safnab-Paneah is a Canaanite name. Safnab-Paneah may be derived from the Hebrew roots Safan and Paneah. Safan means to hide, to treasure, or to store. We find this word in Psalm 119, "Your word I have hidden in my heart," which in Hebrew is Believe Saphanti. Also, the prophet Zephaniah has the word Saphan in it. Yad is hidden. Paneah means to decipher, solve, call, interpret. So Safnab-Paneah means interpreter of the hidden things. This is a Canaanite title. and Asnath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On, to be his wife. According to the Talmud Jonathan, Asnath was giving birth to Shechem when Dinah was raped. We can find Egyptian and Canaanite names here. Asnath, Potipherah's daughter, was probably from Canaan or Syria. The name Asnath comes from the root sneh, so that word means bush in Hebrew. However, other Midrashim describe her as a righteous convert with Hagar, Ruth, and Rahab. Many people have wondered why Joseph married an Egyptian princess, and this marriage is so strange for us because they will be mixed up with another people and they will also forget the holy tongue culture. We can understand now that this dynasty was not from Egypt. Joseph's sons had Hebrew or Canaanite names. That's because the biggest foreign community living in Egypt had Canaanite or Aramite roots. Now let's have a look at Potipherah. The Hebrew text, he was a priest of On, but in the Greek text we find the word Heliopolis instead of On. This has been the general understanding and interpretation of the city On as Heliopolis. It doesn't make sense because the palace of the pharaoh was in Avaris or Tanis, in the northern side of Egypt. The city On must have been another city around Avaris. In the map, Heliopolis is so far away from Tanis or Avaris, and the city On is commonly confused with the Egyptian city Uno, or Heliopolis in Greek, and it has nothing to do with the biblical city On. Give a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Blessings.